It all began in the fall of 1998. Richard and Carol met during their sophomore year at Franklin High School, a quiet town nestled in the suburbs of Portland, Oregon. He was the quiet kid who sat at the back of the class, always scribbling in his sketchbook. She was the girl who smiled at everyone, even the janitor, who brought warmth into every room she walked into. They weren't from the same crowd. Carol was on the yearbook team, while Richard was often found in the art room, painting alone. But fate had a plan. It was during a group project in English Lit class, of mice and men, when they were partnered up. "I like your sketches," Carol said, peeking over his shoulder. Richard looked up, slightly surprised. "Thanks. I didn't think anyone noticed." From that day on, they started spending more time together. Lunch breaks turned into shared sandwiches. After-school projects turned into long walks home. And soon, the boy who never spoke much found himself laughing, sketching portraits of Carol by the lake, while she read poetry out loud. They fell in love, not the dramatic kind, but the quiet, deep kind. The kind that grows with time. But life doesn't always care for timing. After graduation, Carol got accepted into a college in New York. Richard stayed in Oregon to take care of his father who had fallen ill. They promised to stay in touch. But the distance, the time difference, new people, new experiences. Letters became less frequent. Calls turned into voicemails. And eventually, silence. They didn't part in anger. There was no goodbye fight. Just the slow drift of life pulling them in different directions. Years turned into decades. Carol became a high school teacher in Brooklyn. She married once, divorced quietly, and focused on her students instead of starting over. Richard never married. He opened an art studio back in Portland. His paintings were sold in local galleries, most of them of the same woman by a lake. No one ever asked who she was. Fast forward to 2022. Carol, now 42, returned to Portland to care for her aging mother after surgery. One quiet Saturday morning, she wandered into a small gallery downtown. The scent of oil paint and wood polish hit her like nostalgia. And there, hanging near the back wall, was a painting. A girl. Sitting by a lake. Reading a book. Her book. Her pose. Her smile. She turned slowly, and saw him. Richard. Older. But still him. The same eyes. The same quiet warmth. He froze. "Carol?" She nodded. Tears welled up in her eyes. They talked for hours. About everything. About nothing. "I never stopped thinking about you," he said. "I never forgot that painting," she whispered. One coffee turned into a walk. A walk turned into dinner. Dinner turned into weeks of catching up on the years that life had taken from them. This time, life gave them back. They started dating. Slowly. Carefully. Respectfully. No grand declarations. Just a quiet agreement that what was lost didn't have to stay lost. A year later, they got married. In a small ceremony by the same lake from Richard's painting. Sometimes, love doesn't follow our timelines. Sometimes, it takes the long way home. But if it's real, if it's meant, it finds its way back. So to everyone listening, don't lose hope. The story might pause, but that doesn't mean it's over.
We were just kids in a quiet town. You with your books, me sketching on the ground. By the lake, we shared our dreams. In between the pages and painted scenes. But time had other plans. Took us to different lands. I held on to your smile, but let go for a while. When autumn comes again, and the leaves fall just like then, I see your face in every shade The years, the tears, the silent calls, but I never stopped loving you through it all. They say some things just fade, but real love knows the way. Through the wind and the rain, it always finds the flame. When autumn comes again and the world slows down like then, I hear you laugh in every breeze that blows. You were the muse my heart still knows. And now you're here just like back when love came alive. When autumn comes again, maybe time just wanted us to grow, to be the people we are now, so we could meet as strangers but love like old souls somehow. When autumn comes again and the stars feel close like then, I'll hold your hand, not letting go this time. We've waited years for this love to shine. Forever starts just like back when you came home. When autumn comes again. In the silence of the night, a whisper finds its way. A letter full of longing, with words they couldn't say. Every heartbeat hides a story, waiting to unfold. Love in every moment, from the timid to the bold. This is Love Radio, where hearts begin to speak, where memories and moments are everything we seek. From joy to tears, from near to far, your story matters just the way you are. First glances, old romances, and promises once made, echoes from the past that time cannot evade. You send your truth, we share your flame, because love deserves a voice, a face, a name. This is Love Radio, where hearts begin to speak, where memories and moments are everything we seek. From joy to tears, from near to far, your story matters just the way you are. Your letters, your hopes and your fears, we'll turn them to stories that dance through the years. One voice, one heart, one message so true. Love lives forever when shared with you. This is Love Radio, your heart's sweetest song, where the world finds love, where all hearts beat along. From page to voice, from soul to star, your story lives here just the way you are. Your story lives here just the way you are.